Have you ever seen West Virginia at night?
Can't say I have.
It looks like this.
Wow. Doesn't most of Indiana look like that at night too?
Some of it, but not as much as West Virginia. Happy National West Virginia Day, Crusaders. Welcome to the Red and Gold Show. I'm Natalie Bolenbacher.
And I'm Brooklyn Druez. We're bringing you news from the 007 studio. All underclass retreat permission slips have been shared with students and parents or guardians. Please ensure that your parent or guardian completes your permission slip by tomorrow. Freshmen do not need to have a complete permission slip since they will stay on campus. Seniors helping with the freshman retreat also don't need permission slips. Now to Natalie for today's clubs.
The chess club will meet today after school in room 222. The archery club will meet tomorrow after school in the cafeteria. The rock band will also meet tomorrow after school in the music room. In honor of Women's History Month, we're sharing stories of noteworthy women who helped shape U.S. history. Today we'll include a few short tributes to 3 different women. Claire Barton founded the American Red Cross in 1881 and served as its first president. She worked as a nurse during the Civil War for the Union Army and was also a teacher. Grace Hopper was a computer scientist and Navy Rear Admiral. She played an important role in creating programs for some of the world's first computers during the 21st century. Sally Ride was a physicist and astronaut who joined NASA in 1978. In 1983, she became the first American woman to go to outer space. Let's all appreciate the struggles and contributions of women throughout U.S. history. Now to Brooklyn for today's sports.
Tonight the softball team will play at Heron at 5:30. Good luck, Crusaders. On Saturday, the baseball team will host Warren Central with varsity playing at 10 a.m. and JV starting at noon. In other sports news, spring sports team photos will be taken today after school. Spring sport athletes should contact your coaches for more information. In more sports news, Sierra Lathrop will sign a letter of intent to play volleyball at Muskegon University in Ohio. The signing will be held tomorrow after school on the stage in the gym. Please come out to support your friend and or teammate as she celebrates the opportunity to extend her volleyball career to the next level. In more sports news, a brief call-out meeting for any girls interested in playing basketball next year will be held tomorrow after school in the gym. Now it's time for Johnny, Jack, and Zach to talk some more about sports in our latest edition of Sports Talk.
Hi, I'm Jack Druez, and I'm back here for Sports Talk with Johnny and Zach. And I think first we need to talk about NFL free agency and what's going on with that. And I think we should definitely talk about Mr. Tooley's Bears making a lot of good moves, looking good for next season. Hopefully they can do something.
They're going to be the middle of the pack.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, you can't really. I mean, after getting the first, you trade the first pick for some good stuff, but you're still going to be the middle of the pack. You know, it matters about who you draft, and if you don't draft it good, then you'll just be stuck at 3 and 14. But if you draft good, you may get 6 and 11. So maybe 7 and 10. Who knows? But either way, they'll be third, probably even fourth in their division still. They're still going to be relevant because of Justin Fields, but you know, no one cares about the Bears. What do you think, John?
Bears, I think they're starting to put together pieces for them to have a nice offense this year. If you look back, they were already a really good rushing team, but they just didn't have a competent receiver group to throw the ball to. But now they do with DJ Moore, and then they're still in a position to take a receiver at 9 or with their second round pick. They're in a position to also take Jalen Carter at 9 with his charges and stuff and how he performed at his pro day. So he's going to drop. So they have the potential to get DJ Moore, another receiver, and Jalen Carter for 1 pick.
Yeah, I think they deserve a little bit more respect this coming season. But next thing we definitely need to talk about is the NCAA tournament, March Madness. Sweet 16 is coming up tomorrow, and Purdue lost. I mean, they lost.
Let me make this clear.
Can I cuss Mr. Tooley?
They always choke. You see it coming every year. They've had several great teams, and Matt Painter can just not put it together.
I'm going to say this: if Zach Edey wasn't 7'8" or 7'18", I don't care. I don't care. Anyways, if he was my height, or let's say Tamir Woods' height, If he was 6'4", maybe let's say he's 6'8", he'd be a McDonald's worker. It's that simple. He sucks. Overrated as can be.
For sure.
You're asking a 7'4"
Yep.
player,
I sure am.
7'4", around 260, to run with a guy that's 6'6", running weighing around 225.
I didn't say running, but he can block.
I mean,
You're 7'4".
a game of basketball is constant running back and forth. If I
I
can't
think
block a shot, if I can't keep up with you to
I
get
think
down the court,
He had 3 or 4 blocks in that
That's what I'm
loss.
saying. But he's
What's your point?
my point is, if you
it's
have,
hard to keep up with a team.
you had a number
when-
one team in the country and you can't get a done against who? Against a dude who talks.
Yeah, but
I don't
see,
know
you was
the
just
team.
you
but
was just trying to say Matt.
the
Painter
coach-
was the
I'm
problem.
just saying-
Now
I
you're
don't think
saying
Matt
that-
Painter's
This is
the
where
problem.
this
I
is
don't
where
think Matt Painter's
coaching
the
this is
problem.
So
where
if the
coaching comes
players
into
aren't the
play.
problem-
Yes,
This
the
is where
players
coaching
are
comes
the
into
problem.
play because it isn't the coach's fault for leaving a 7'4" player who's running 2 miles per hour trying to keep up with a guy that's playing shooting
not
guard.
that
That's a
slow.
guard that would play shooting guard at the pro level.
I'm saying, but my point is, I'm trying to make.
It is a coach.
Zach Edey. It's not.
It's
not
a coaching
Matt
problem.
Painter's
There's no
Alright,
reason
alright,
Zach
alright,
Edey should have been on that floor.
If we're being honest, you look at it, you look at the history. Purdue has had several great teams with several great players over the years, and Matt Painter has not been able to get past the second round in years.
I'm just saying,
Years.
it's Zach Edey's fault. Blame Zach Edey.
Both IU's losing to Miami was crazy.
Yeah,
I end on that one.
IU chokes too, so
I end on that one. Indiana is a choke state.
yeah. Just like the Colts.
Please, we have lose
Pacers.
first round of the 16 seed.
That's it for today's sports. Now to Natalie for more news.
Now let's check out our quote of the day. Now to Cece and Izzy for a look at our weather forecast.
I'll show you who's boss. This is for taking me from my mumsy and popsy. La, la, la. I can finally do the weather, just like my mumsy and popsy did long. Wait, oh.
Thanks, guys.
Wow, this rain is horrible.
Yeah, I'm ready for it to go away. Good thing spring break's coming up.
Now let's see what we're having for lunch. Today we're having chicken parmesan with green beans. Tomorrow it'll be cheese or combo pizza with broccoli. Please remember that all menu items are subject to change. So yesterday, the Red class did their top 5 list of the all-time best red and gold show segments in honor of us reaching 500 subscribers. What do you think about the list?
I think Freestyle Friday should be on there.
Yeah, I think it was pretty good, but they definitely missed out on some good segments. Well, I heard some members of our class took some exception to their list. Let's hear what they have to say.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Yoo-hoo. Oh yeah.
What do you think? Birthday song on the list?
I think it definitely should be on the list. That's it for today's show.
Stay classy.
And give that a little extra.